Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to our WA Productions with myself, Bradley Young, with Paul Wilson. He's back
Hello.
again. With Jack Lincoln. He's back again as well.
Hola!
And Acacia.
Ew.
Good evening.
Okay, donkey.
Good evening. So, yeah, we've got a lot of things to talk about. Obviously, we've got Middlesbrough game to talk about. We've got the Plymouth coming up as well next Saturday, and we've got the transfer deadline to talk about. Who's winning and who's gone out.
Yeah.
So, what do we start with? I tell you what, we're going to start with. We're actually going to go from front to the end. We're going to start from the transfer deadline day, then Middlesbrough, then Plymouth. So, transfer deadline day.
We may as well just fall asleep here. There's now talk about. Now talk about.
We want to let one player leave.
Mateti, Mienda, Triantis.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's one player and won that.
So, questions I'm going to ask is though. So, Matete, Mienda, Jack Diamond, and Triantis all went out on loan.
Benetti.
And Benetti, yeah, good point. Benetti as well. So, Triantis and his partner, Mienda,
Partner in crime.
went to Hibs. Jack Diamond went to Carlisle United. Matete went to Oxford United. And Joseph Bennett went to a Greek side. So, how do you think these players are going to come back in the summer? Do you think they're going to have some confidence about them?
Well, it's good for obviously Jason Bennett because obviously he needs game time, doesn't he? Because obviously he's not been getting a chance in our squad, and then obviously Trent is needs game time, and he's getting that at Hibs now because obviously his ex-manager Nick Montgomery was the manager at Coast Marinos, where he was in Australia. So that's actually good for him because he knows him really well. So if that turns into a permanent, then it will. Because I think it
probably won't.
But listen to what I'm trying to say though. But if it does, then that's good luck to him. Because obviously Nick knows him really well and says that he's a really good centre back and stuff. And he was at the team where he was before. So it might turn into a permanent if he does really well at Hibs. Then obviously Jack Diamond, apparently he's now injured. He's got an ankle injury, so it's not looking good for him now. So he might be coming back to start rehab on his ankle injury now. So, so yeah.
Do you know any more information, Acacia, about Mienta or Matete?
Mienda, I don't know about because obviously he was on the bench for Hibs only the other day.
Yeah, he was there.
He didn't come on the other day.
He didn't come on.
He did come on, didn't he, for 45 minutes against St Mirren?
No, he didn't.
He did for 45 minutes against St Mirren. There was 3-0 down. He came on for 45 minutes.
Yeah, Triantis came off.
That was all right then. Who else is it? Obviously, Trent Sav spoke about. Obviously, Dewey, and then obviously Jack Diamond. Matete, that was a good move for him for Oxford, to be honest, because obviously he needs game time. Obviously, I thought it was going to be Plymouth, because obviously he's been there before. He was there last season in league before they came to the Championship, before they got promoted. But at least he's getting game time at Oxford because he did come on after half time or the 90th minute he came on. But I really thought Jim Matete was going to go back to Plymouth, on loan. Because otherwise, if he would have, he wouldn't have been able to play against us on Saturday. So
no, he wouldn't have, would he?
No.
Yeah. Paul, what's your thoughts about these transfer deadline deals for the window? Loan spells.
To be honest, it's the same as the case here. But I said to Bowers with Jamie Tete, I think that could be the last time we'll see him. Because. Fair enough. Well, Bill wouldn't have seen much of him. So, to be honest with you, in the summer when he comes back, sadly, but I can see Christian Speakman selling him.
That'll be interesting to see whatever happens there. Mienda, Paul, what do you think of Mienda? Retier? I mean, obviously you thought about Retier. Jack Diamond? What of him?
Meander, I'm pleased he's gone out to Hibs to get game time, but I wasn't expecting him to go up there, to be honest.
No wasn't expecting him either, to be fair. Diamond, Paul, what's your thoughts on Jack Diamond?
I'm pleased he's gone out to Grimsby.
No, it's not Grimsby. It's
Carlisle United. Yeah, Carlisle United. He went to Paul on loan. If you think about Grimsby, that's our ex Sunderland left back Denver Hume, who went to Grimsby.
Yeah, Diamond. I think that move will do well with him. It's really to actually get him back playing as well. But I actually think he'll do well there. The manager likes him, so he'll do well.
And what's your thoughts about, obviously, before we go to Jack, well, tell you what, we'll go to Jack now before we do this, Jack. What's your thoughts about the loanees going out on loan? Like, what's your thoughts on them? Like, Mienda, the likes of Mienda, Diamond, Matete, what's your thoughts on them? Do you think they're going to get kind of more confidence in themselves by going out on loan? What's your thoughts about them?
I think they'll get experience going out on loan. Like, I think we should have sent Benetti out to League One more than a team who knows what league they're playing.
I actually agree with you on that one.
I did Simienda did get 45 minutes. He came on at half time against St Mirren.
I can confirm.
And their fans are not liking what they're seeing in 45 minutes when you usually got one player that does not look like he's good at all. And Triantis apparently looked all right for Hibs when he played.
I heard about that one. He looked good.
Diamond did what he could until he got injured, really, couldn't he?
Yeah, Diamond.
The one I don't really understand because we haven't had a look at him in the Championship, especially, is Matete. I would have given him a chance before we sent him out on loan. Because who knows, he could have turned out to be good for us if we didn't send him out on loan. Yeah, now we're midfielder less as well. I imagine we get really two big injuries to our midfield. Who we got?
Nobody really. We've got no one.
Exactly.
You've got the likes of Corey Evans.
We've got Callum Stiles, if you think. Stiles can play midfield.
Got Stiles as well. What's coming back in a couple of weeks' time. Acacia, we'll go to you again. We'll go back to you. We'll just keep going back to each other. So Acacia, incomings is obviously like the Callum Stiles, Rio Gildi, and the likes as well of what's your forward called? I'm trying to think who. Mundle. That was it. Mundle tonight. What's your thoughts about that one? Because apparently I've heard about Mundle playing in under 21s tonight against Bristol City, and apparently he looked like a sharp-looking player. Apparently,
because I think Callum Stiles is going to be really good for us after he's come back from obviously what's happened to him when he had an operation on his thing, and then obviously Leo, when I was at the Middlesbrough game yesterday, he played fantastic yesterday. Literally second half, he was literally like boom, 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 like because obviously he played against Luke Ayling, his ex-Leeds player, his ex-teammate Luke Ayling. He was literally like, hang on. He was literally all over them. He was all over Luke Ayling. Leo was literally just like, he was all right a bit in the first half, but second half he was much better.
Quite a lot of people right Acacia says he was crap all game, but I can agree with you on this.
No, he wasn't crap all game, and they're mad.
I thought he was good. To be honest, I actually agree with you. I think first half he looked quite bad, to be honest, but the second half he really shifted the gear and half he shifted quite well.
This is going to be a fun debate then, isn't it?
Yeah, so second half he was good, and then obviously Mundle. My mum was saying earlier that he looks really sharp in that game against Bristol City, and yesterday I was at the Borough game, and his brother and his friend were stood in front of us at the game. So his brother was saying that he can play wing back, winger like Jack Clark. He can play left back and all sorts apparently. He can play like mid. Yeah, because they were stood in front of us at the game. His brother said that he can play all sorts of like different positions apparently. So that'll be good for us. And then who else? Obviously,
You've got
Callum Styles from
Callum Styles
Barnsley.
coming back. With his appendix.
Because I watch a Barnsley YouTuber on YouTube, and before he came to us at Sunderland, Callum Styles was playing like really good and fantastic for Barnsley in League One. Like from last season to now, he's been brilliant for them for a few games apparently. So
yeah, nice. Thanks, Keisha. Paul, what's your thoughts about the incomings? Obviously, what Styles he coming back in a couple of weeks' time? We've got Rio Yelda, not Hajelda, it's Yelda. And also you've got the likes of Mundo as well from Tottenham. Obviously he used to play for Tottenham, but from Standard Liège. What do you think? What do you think? What do you hear your views?
Incomings, I'm actually happy with.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest with you, it's like the comment actually that Michael Beale said actually in his post-match. I'm not sure if you heard, but Beale said apparently that the club has been looking at these three for a long time.
I heard about that one. Yeah, I heard about what he said.
To actually come through. In a way, I just wish we got a striker as well. Because in a way, I'm pleased we didn't actually pay the money that if Bournemouth was actually after for Kiefer Moore. But surely, I know Speakman came out and said that we were looking at, I think it was 3 to 4 strikers.
Yeah.
On deadline day, so I would actually love to know what strikers the club was looking at right through till 11 o'clock on Thursday. I know one of them was Diallo, but I'm not sure who the other two was.
But we'll get on to him in a bit. To be honest, we're going to be talking about him in a bit. Jack, what's your thoughts on Yelda, Styles, and Mundo? What's your thoughts on them three?
It's the sign that never got out of me seat I was jumping for joy with. Oh, I'm so excited to see these players. And I think with Leo, I'm going to call him Leo. I'm not pronouncing his last name. You got any chance? The guy called Leo. I think he's a signing that's going to take time. From my perspective, how he was against Middlesbrough, I wasn't a fan of him. I think he looked all right defensively on the ball. It was just like, nah. He passed back a lot, sideways a lot. Didn't know what to do with the ball. Like he was good in certain patches, but wasn't what I was looking for. In a left back, I prefer Sealt in that position, or swap Human to that position and put Sealt in over Leo at the moment. In my opinion, Leo needs to put on the bench Saturday, and Sealt needs to come back in because it was harsh on Sealt again to get dropped. For Mundo, haven't really seen him. Needed to have a look at him. Styles, apparently I've heard from another Barnsley account on TikTok. He is good on his day when he can be asked. Apparently Styles has days where he cannot be asked to play.
Okay.
He has that bit of attitude where if he wants to come into this game and he can't be asked, he will not give his all.
Yeah. By the way,
hopefully he does.
Yeah. Interesting. We're going to go back to Acacia. By the way, I think it's 3-1 to Manchester City the way she was celebrating.
Flipping is Phil Foden once again. What did I say, Jack? What did I say?
I didn't want to interrupt Jack, but yeah.
I really don't care, but okay, we'll move. But yeah, what did I say about Phil Foden? Cool.
So, what's your thoughts on obviously what's your thoughts, Acacia, on Amagiaro? What's your thoughts on him?
Well, obviously we all know how well he played for us last season back in the Championship once again under Tony Mowbray. He played absolutely unbelievable, like he was every single day for us at Sunderland on loan from Man U. But obviously this season, I honestly, when Fabio kept posting about him, well, when Ahmad kept posting saying, Sunderland fans, what do you think is going to happen? Obviously, he kept sending the picture of him in the Sunderland shirt and obviously a kiss emoji. I was like, Ahmad, please don't do this again. Please don't do this. And I was like, is he actually fucking coming or what? Because he kept posting it every single morning and day and night. And I was like, Ahmad, please don't. And then obviously I kept sending it to you lot. But then when we saw that about Fabio posting it, I was like, what is going on here? Why is he doing this to us? And it's saying, oh, Ahmad isn't coming because Man U want to flipping keep him. It's like, what? He's not even going to get game time for Man U anyway. He's always on the flipping bench. What's the point of him staying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just waste of time. Why is he keeping him? And Ten Hag saying, oh, because apparently Ten Hag was saying on Sky Sports News the other day, I was watching him, he was saying if Rashford gets injured, then he's going to play Ahmad. And if Rashford doesn't, he'll play him with Rashford up front, two of them as strikers. I was like, and then obviously Man U were playing the other day, didn't even flipping play him. So obviously he played Anthony, who was absolutely shit once again. Obviously he played him against Newport, he was shit. Honestly, I don't know what to think of it anymore, you know, because it was playing on my mind, and then and then I was saying to my mum and Lauren, I literally could not sleep when Ahmad kept posting that on that night, saying, Sunderland fans, look what's going to happen. I might come back to Sunderland. I was like, Ahmad, don't do this. Honestly, Brad, I don't know what to think of it anymore. The way that it's just been with him. And then he was saying apparently this week, he was saying to Ten Hag that he actually wants to come back to Sunderland on loan again, and Ten Hag's not having it. He's telling him to actually stay, and he wants to stay positive and give him game time when he hasn't. What's the point in that? What's the point in saying you're going to give him game time when you haven't?
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one, the case here. Paul, what's your thoughts on Diallo? Your thoughts?
It's the same as Acacia, to be honest for you, Brad. But on Ahmad speaking to Manchester United, apparently he's actually had good discussions with Manchester United this week, which I've read somewhere.
It was Fabio again. I sent it in the group chat.
Yeah, Diallo's actually had really good discussions with them this week. Because I know that, well, the last game, which I did actually watch yesterday, Diallo was actually on the bench, which I thought he would have come on, but no.
Yeah. Jack, what's your thoughts on Ahmad Diallo, by the way? What's your thoughts?
We had winter speculation, rumour stuff going on with him. I think Diallo it came down to the end that he'd never spoke to Man United or something that Fabio released, that he never actually wanted to come to Sunderland this summer window. He said something like that, I can't remember, but in my opinion, from day one of that winter window, I knew he wasn't coming. Same from the summer window, day one, knew he wasn't coming. And it'll be the same stuff that happened in the summer. Forwards going to have the feeling he's not going to come.
Yeah.
We're going to have all the speculation you want, all the teasing he's doing, he's really not coming. Unless we've got 30 million to splash. Simple as, that's my thought on it. But good luck to the lad. He'll get his chance when he does for Man United, and I hope he shines with it.
Of course he will. Of course he'll.
I think if Man U play another cup game or something, fingers crossed, he actually gets a flipping chance this time.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
In my opinion, there's more pressure playing for Man United than there is for Sunderland.
Where am I going? Acacia, yeah, I'm going back to Acacia. So Acacia, one last thing to tell you about the transfers before we go on. Obviously, the Middlesbrough preview. We've got obviously Pritchard going out to Birmingham.
Oh God, don't speak to me about him. Don't. I'm fuming. Don't.
My favourite player as well.
Brad, honestly, I can't get. Honestly, if he gets in my head one more time, I'm gonna flip. Because honestly, it's honestly doing my head in now. It's doing my head in. Because I said to my friend earlier, because my friend Kira, she's a Wednesday fan, because they play Birmingham on Friday night. And I said to her, "You better watch out for flipping Pritchard." And obviously Tony
Pritchard's
Mowbray
injured.
are. Thank God for that. Then I said to her, "Just watch out for obviously our ex-manager Tony Mowbray, because she already knows about him when she came to Sunderland last season, for the away game for Wednesday." And I said, Tony Mowbray's done really well for them since he's come in at Birmingham, and obviously, if Pritchard does come on, it's I know he's injured now, but if he plays against them at some point again at Birmingham's ground, then you better watch out for him, because obviously he'll do brilliant for them after he left us. I just warned my friend Kira about. I was just like, yeah, you know what Tony Mowbray is like. She's watched him as our ex-manager before. On the Alex Pritchard situation, obviously, you know what I said in the group chat anyway about him. I just thought, no point in talking about him anymore. Just move on.
Yeah, just move on from it. But I've got a lot to say on Pritchard, to be honest. But we're going to go to Paul first. Paul, favorite player. Come on.
Where do I start with this? To be honest with you, I'm gonna have to kind of agree with what Nick Barnes told us. Just after the last home game, just after Stoke. Stoke.
Oh, yes.
I actually asked Nick Barnes about the situation. Nick Barnes actually told me. He actually told Sean which is on Fans React. Nick Barnes actually revealed that Alex Pritchard actually told the club in the summer that he actually wanted to leave. That's why, when the club said, that they're going to let Danny Abbas go, Lyndon Gooch go, and Pritchard, that's where that came from.
I heard about that one. Lyndon Gooch.
Apparently Pritchard actually refused to actually play. But in a way, I'm going to have to say, but Speakman, he should have given him a longer contract. Because the thing is, I totally agree with Nick Barnes. Nick Barnes said actually when Pritchard started playing, what contract did Christian Speakman give him? 1 year extension. He was on the same wages as he was before.
Not good enough. Not good enough for our sporting director. Not good enough. Nope. Jack, come on. Pritchard.
Expected. But he was going to leave in the winter anyway, or he would have went on a free. The fee we got him, it's stupid, the pathetic fee. Could have got a lot more than 100 grand for him. Could at least got 500k or up to $1 million for him.
Yeah, we could have.
But it's expected, but the way he did it, he could have literally played the game against Preston, that could have been his goodbye. Than sitting there refusing, especially, and even worse for Sunderland to release that statement an hour before kick-off.
Yeah.
Fair play, he's actually on the same wages as he was at us at Birmingham.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
But you know what, good luck to the lad, and, fair play to the lad.
Right. You're going to be happy with what I'm going to say, but yeah, I'm going to best bet it. I've been waiting to get this out, to be fair. But Pritchard, obviously, good for our club for a good 2.5 years now, 3 years, obviously, under a different manager as well. He's played under, I think he's played under Alex, obviously Alex Neil, he's played under
Lee Johnson,
and obviously Michael
Tony.
Neal and Tony. Yeah, he played under Michael, Tony, Alex and Lee. So great servant for the club for 3 or 4 years. Thought he's done what he's done. He's done a good job being here. Thought he was one of the bestest players in our squad for quite a time, to be fair. Him and Clark each game just looked really, really good. But now, what I do need to say, not about obviously Pritchard, because I'm not blaming him, but look at Christian Speakman and Michael Beale. These are the two suspects who I'm looking at here. Michael Beale, one, is why did you not go to Christian Speakman for and ask, obviously, to offer Pritchard a better contract than he's on now? Because obviously, a 1-year extension, what Paul's just basically said, not good enough. Not good enough whatsoever. And if you want Pritchard, expect to stay for a 1-year contract extension. Fucking piss off and get out of our club, will you? Jesus Christ the Lord. Sorry for swearing, like, but it's kind of true. It's kind of true. And obviously, everyone did say that Michael Beale was a terrible manager at the start of the season. Obviously, at the start when he come back in January for, I think it was for the first couple of games. First game he was playing against Coventry. Can't really blame him for that because basically he came in on the first day. He had 2 days with the players. Then he had to stay a match. Obviously, you were expecting to get beat or at least get a draw at that game. You weren't going to win the game looking at that. But Tony Mowbray, if you look at him, he came in, I think it was on the 30th of God knows what. I think it was the 30th of August.
He came in a day before you paid Rotherham.
Yeah, the 30th of August he came in, 2022. And then the first game was the 31st of August 2022 against Rotherham when we won 3-0. So who knows that? But Michael Beale now, I can't obviously fault him because obviously
he's steadying the ship.
Yeah, of course. He's only played how many games now? How many games has he managed now? 10 games, 9 games, something like that. He hasn't managed that many games to say something on him. But to be fair, got a win against Stoke, what I was very unexpected for. I thought Stoke were going to win that game. I thought we would absolutely thrash us off the park, but
That's what I thought at first.
Obviously, Middlesbrough yesterday, obviously got a draw down there. Yesterday wasn't expecting that either, to be fair. The way we were playing yesterday was quite shocking. Which I'll get on to that in a minute. Obviously, Coventry got beat off. But yeah, he's won quite a few games for us as well, but drawing and lost a couple as well. So, Michael Beale, I can't really say much on him at the moment. I think he's a good manager at this moment in time. But when I have got something to say, I will bring it up. So, yeah.
To be honest, I just come back in when you on about the statement, Jack, that came out about Pritchard. Nick Barnes was telling us that the reason why the club decided to do it before kick-off was because if they brought it out, say, the Friday, the supporters would have went on Michael Beale's back straight away, and they would have said, "Why is Beale not playing him?"
Yeah, true. Yeah,
that's why the club decided to put that statement out.
They did it after the game or something.
Right. So we've talked about transfers, we've talked about ingoings, outgoings, and obviously the loan deals. Now we're going to talk about obviously the Middlesbrough review yesterday, obviously down at Riverside Stadium. Obviously Keisha was there.
Keisha's face.
Yeah, Keisha was there, so I might as well come to her first again, like always. I might as well go to her first. Obviously, well, I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll go last. Keisha can go first. Go on, Keisha. We'll drop you right in it. Go on.
So obviously, it was the 62nd minute when Middlesbrough scored, was it?
62nd minute, yeah.
62nd minute. Honestly, that Lucas, what was it? Lucas something?
Coots.
Yeah.
No name from Brentford.
Yeah, honestly, that was a brilliant goal that he scored against us in the 62nd minute. I was literally like, Pritchard, like I was like, Anthony Patterson's not going to save that. How the hell's he not saved that? But I think Middlesbrough, like in the second half-ish till the 62nd minute, they were brilliant. And then until we scored like 82nd minute, Jack Clark's pass to Russian flipped me, honestly. That was amazing from Jack Clark. And then Russian's goal, bang, straight in. See you later. Went straight past the goalkeeper. Honestly, their goalkeeper could not save that. And I was like, honestly, I was like to my mum, and obviously Jacob, because Jacob was stood next to me and just one seat from me at the game. We were literally just like cheering like in the second half when we scored in the 82nd minute. Jacob was proper buzzing, bless him.
Bless him, man.
And
yeah.
It was a proper good goal from Rushin. We were like, he was brilliant in the second half when he came on though. And obviously I thought Jack Clark played all right in the second half, but first half he weren't that great, to be honest, if I can tell you.
Yeah.
But I think the rest of the lads, like Dan Neil, he was shit though. He was shit.
He was crap yesterday. Yeah.
And then, but obviously, when we spoke about Leo, he was good in the second half.
He was, yeah.
But I thought PR Echo was a bit all over the place, like in the second half.
Bit messy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a bit messy. But Abdullah Bar, he played unbelievable, didn't he, in the second half? Like first half, he was unbelievable. He was literally all over them. And then about second half, it was all right, but it was quite good. I was like, how has he not scored that goal? Because I thought in the first half he could have scored that easily.
Yeah.
But it was just good. Dan Bollard was amazing and all. In the second half,
he's good, mind you. He's really good.
Yeah, and like I said to Paul, I thought he was going to get booked for the 10th booking to get suspended for Huddersfield. No, he flipping didn't. He's actually like free for Huddersfield on Wednesday. Well, he's free for Saturday, so he better not get booked on Saturday for Huddersfield.
Huddersfield.
Yeah, so he better not. So he's got to be careful on Saturday. Dan Bollard.
Yeah.
But I thought the rest of the lads played all right in the second half until Rushin's goal was just literally bouncing. And then when Rushin celebrated, all of us were literally just going crazy. And then obviously we were all over Middlesbrough fans, like obviously celebrating. Some of our fans nearly went into the home end, but obviously the steward stopped them. So obviously we were like literally cheering all over the place into the home end bit. And then when Middlesbrough had scored before us, that one of their fans got took out and got kicked out because he was kicking off at our fans and got kicked. And I was like, go on, kick him out. Yes, they did. And that we were like, bye. But honestly, when we scored, you should have heard us cheering. We were saying, "Shaggy children, da 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 da."
That's a fucking horrible chant, that like.
It was proper.
It's a horrible chant, that.
Honestly, it was proper. Honestly, it was proper funny though.
That's not even funny to me.
And then
watch yourself, Acacia, what you say, because we might get reported for this. So just watch what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't want to get copyright bans or fuck Boogie bans again.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'll not say it.
It's fine. Don't worry
anyway,
about that.
But we were saying that, and then it was just like going crazy until the full time whistle. We were just like, I thought the lads played really well in the second half, to be honest, when we scored that goal from Rushin.
Yeah. Couple of things I want to say before. Is it fine if I chip in, Paul, before you chip in? Just quickly.
Yeah, you can, mate.
Really, you should chip in, to be fair, because obviously it's our channel. So yeah, couple of things I want to point out to Acacia's comments there. Obviously, when she said that, obviously a good pass from Jack Clark and Russia, yes, it was. But you said before, Acacia, that the keeper couldn't get to save that. He could have. It was a bit of a scramble, to be honest. It was more of a scramble goal. He could have got onto that, to be fair. I was looking at the goal back before as well when you were mentioning that, but the keeper could have got down there, couldn't he, Paul? By just looking at the goal, the keeper could have got down. We were lucky. We were very lucky to save a point there, to be fair.
Yeah, we were really lucky.
A lucky point. But yeah, all the comments on Acacia has just said there, I totally agree with, to be fair. But yeah, Paul, take it away, mate. You're next.
I agree with the comments that Acacia made, but I wasn't happy with Down England.
No.
I was not happy with the referee whatsoever.
Nope.
Because when I was in the Grange, that's where I actually watched it. Me, Bowers, Dan, and Andrew, which you know them occasionally because they come next to us at the game.
Yeah.
And there was a lad next to us which we don't know. We were shouting at the screen that Sam Greenwood, he should have been sent off in the first half.
Exactly.
I've got no idea how Down England didn't send him off. I don't know how on earth Abdullah Bar missed that chance. Because I was actually screaming at the telly when he missed that. I know Ants will be happy that he missed. Because I know, well, I don't know if he's watching this, but I don't know. I know Ants does not like Abdullah Bar, so he'd be pleased he didn't score. Russian, I was actually pleased that he scored, but for one thing that cheered me up, Michael Beale actually made the subs at the right time.
For once.
For once in his lifetime. Let's see.
Yeah, for once.
Again.
Bring on Plymouth.
Yeah, but on Plymouth at weekend. Good old programs. Good old pilgrims, that's what I have to say there. Jack, what's your thoughts on Borough, mate?
What I'm going to say, them stupid little chants of whatever was sung, it's vile and disgusting. Exactly. Our fan base is a joke for singing that.
No, exactly.
It's disgusting. Like, I don't understand. We complain about stuff getting sung to us, but then we go do that.
I know, exactly. It's fucking
yes,
terrible.
Give them abuse and banner, but not that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
It shouldn't. The club should release a statement and tell the fans no. Other than that, I think from the first minute we've seen our intentions and we've seen their intentions of the game. They wanted to go push for it, and we tried to. I think they defended very well.
Yeah, we did. Like Middlesbrough did try.
We were bits. Our final third, it's awful again. Not many people getting in the box. Middlesbrough could have scored a couple. We could have scored a couple as well. Could have been at least 2-2 at half time. At the push. Second half, they came out firing. We didn't. It took us once again to concede a goal to wake up. Once again. Keeper should have had our goal. Then we decided to turn up and go to a new gear. Other than that, average performance, and our fans were a disgrace that day.
I agree. Yeah, totally agree with you on that one.
And then obviously you were going to ask me about after the game as well when I sent that video.
Who are you talking to, Jack or Paul? Acacia?
You, Brad. When
Yeah. Good point, Acacia. Sorry, good point there. After the game, I seen Acacia sending videos to the group chat of obviously Sunderland fans being led by police. What was this all about? Because I don't think it wasn't a derby.
Well, obviously that's what I kept saying to Lauren. Because obviously, do you know how we were like the police were proper good at our home game against the Mags? Because that's a proper derby, obviously. Because it's the closest to each other. So obviously the police thought our game against Borough was a flipping derby, but it obviously wasn't. So after the game, they obviously had to block their streets off to get the Borough fans to not fight our fans. And obviously some of their fans still had waited for our fans to kick off and fight. But obviously the police had separated us, and apparently we had to all walk behind them because some of our fans had got on the train to Middlesbrough and back home. To get back home, they had to get on the train, and the police said, So the police said, no, you can't get on the train that way because the Middlesbrough fans are still going home that way. Because obviously it will kick off if we sit at the train station. So the police said, we've got to walk you all into town to the pub, and you've got to go back that way from the pub and back to the train station. And then, because me and my mum parked in the town centre in Middlesbrough, we had to walk into town where the coppers had walked us, and we had to literally walk into town from that way to get to the car park. And we're like, why walk us all the way into town when we know the way when all our fans have got the train and cars to get back to get back home? What was the point in that?
Exactly.
So, going into that issue, let me guess, the supporters that got the away coaches, did they just go on the coaches as normal?
Yeah, because the coaches were parked at the ground as normal, so they got the coach. But obviously some of our fans got the train to Middlesbrough, and honestly, our fans were absolutely fuming that they couldn't get the train back. It was literally honestly, it was disgraceful from the police. It was absolutely horrific.
Oh yeah.
Well, the less Sunderland fans at the train station, there'll be fucking trouble. So fair enough why they walked you that way anyway. Would you want to go on the train and see fight continuously?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
So it's a good way that it took you away from the train station.
It was just honestly, it was just crazy the way that it happened, and then it was just like, because obviously some of the Middlesbrough fans were still obviously kicking off and waiting for us to start having fights once again. But it was just crazy the way that the police had led us. It was proper funny.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks to KCR on that one. And thanks for Jack for your point of view as well. Appreciate that, and Paul. But yeah, I've got a couple of things to say about yesterday's game. To be fair, for yesterday first half, well, what Jack basically said, final third, we do lack quite a lot, and I think we need to stop doing that. To be honest, I think we need to try and get more players in the box and try and attack our style of play, and that's what Michael Beale was touching on yesterday at the post match. He was talking about getting more players in the box and trying to score, and trying to obviously when obviously the other team, the opposition team, are countering on the counter attack, try and get players back into our box for their block to block their shots and try and not let them in. So I think Beale, what he said there, I think he's actually I actually agree on that one with him, to be fair. I think I totally stand by him on that, to be fair. Don't know if Paul agrees, even though he doesn't like the man that much. Do you think, Paul? You actually agree on him for that one?
Yeah, I actually have to agree, because to be honest, after the game, I was looking to see what a lot of our fans said on Twitter, that if we still had Tony Mowbray, a lot of our fans said we would have lost that under Mowbray.
I think we would have as well. I think we would have. Anyways, yeah, I thought the first half, obviously set pieces weren't good either. Obviously, look at it. Obviously, you're attacking the box. Obviously, we need to get more players in the box in the final third. If we style of play, obviously, defensive parts as well, the defensive duels, what obviously Sunderland do kind of are quite good at. Obviously, the goal nine and Dan Ballard are quite good at stuff like that. But the attackers, obviously, the likes of Robert, Burstow, Clark, all them. But obviously, Jack Clark, you do know what kind of man he is. He's a man on his day, which obviously provides the goals. Obviously, he's got 14 goals so far for a reason. He hasn't got 14 goals not for a reason. He's got them for a specific reason. And obviously, that's to help, obviously, Sunderland, obviously, maintain and get out this league. So, but at this moment in time, under, I wouldn't say a yes-man manager at this moment in time, but obviously under a manager who has not had much experience in the Championship. He's only had a Championship experience at QPR, that's about it. Obviously Rangers, he's had experience in the Scottish leagues as well, but looking at that, obviously bottling, obviously promotion. Obviously the champions, Rangers in the Premier League, he absolutely bottled that and finished them second. Obviously got QPR 8th under Beale as well. Just looking at that as well, talking about that after the Stoke game, apparently that Michael Beale wants us to compete for a playoff spot. So at this moment in time, the playoffs look good for us. Maybe, I'm not going to lie, maybe we could see in a couple of games' time what Michael Beale's like. We could obviously look at Plymouth and look at Huddersfield. 2 easy games by the looks of it, but this week's not easy whatsoever. This week's never easy with the teams what's around it and stuff. You can sit here and talk to me about obviously you've got some really good teams, and you've got the likes of Leeds and Leicester and stuff like that. Ipswich, you already know Leeds and Leicester and Ipswich are going to be playoff places. Everyone knows that. But the likes of below them as well, you've got some good teams that are around, like Coventry. You've got West Brom. They're there for a reason. They're there for a reason. Hull, obviously, yeah, under Liam Rusinger. Them are there for a reason. Obviously, the way Sheffield Wednesday is getting tripped by there, obviously, Shanshiri. Obviously, not looking good for them at this moment in time. But yeah, obviously Zisco left and bringing Danny Rowe. But yeah, he's not having a rolling time at the moment, is he? Obviously 4 losses at this moment in time.
To be fair, he's improved that side the tiniest bit.
He has improved the side a bit, yeah. But yeah, talking about obviously as well good sides. Southampton, that's another side outside the Premier League, who will be getting back up to the Premier League this season under Russell Martin. So yeah, there's a few good sides who I want to see back in the Premier League, to be honest, including us. Because I think not at this moment in time, like, because I don't think we'll go up to the Premier League, because to be fair, if we go up to the Premier League, we'll just come straight back down.
We'll do it worse than Luton. Like we're not ready.
We're not ready for another season or 2 yet.
We need another 2 to 3 seasons at least in this league.
I'm absolutely loving Championship football at the moment. It's better than League One football. I'd rather be stuck here than be stuck down there.
I'd rather be in the National League with Will Grigg, mate.
Oh no!
Oh, by the looks of it,
Chris Maguire.
Chesterfield, he's at now. What's he Will Grigg?
Maguire's at Eastleigh. Them two played each other this weekend, and post Chesterfield won 3-1.
Yeah, Chesterfield's going up by the looks of things. Will Grigg's side's going up.
Will Grigg scored a goal as well. He's got 8 goals this season, Grigg.
Yeah, that's not bad, to be fair for him. Obviously, it's National League. It's totally a different league. But yeah, anyways, guys, anything else you want to touch up on before we kind of wrap it up?
The King.
Oh yes, Jack the King, indeed. We were going to do that at the start of the show, but we're totally forgot to do it. Thanks for reminding us. Yeah, our thoughts and my thoughts go out to obviously King, the massive King himself.
King Charles.
King Charles, yeah. Listen,
King Charles the Third.
Yeah, King Charles the Third.
Yeah, we hope he gets real better soon.
Really, yeah.
Hopefully, it's not a very bad term of cancer.
Let's hope it's
just something small.
Let's hope it's not a bad term of cancer. Obviously, the Queen had kind of the same problem. She had something wrong with her, and obviously she ended up...
He's taken old breaks and old duties, everything.
Yeah, but yeah, we do wish obviously King Charles III the very best, and hope for a speedy recovery. Take care, everyone, from RWA Productions. We'll see you again.
One last thing before you wrap it up. Obviously, we play Plymouth on Saturday, because you've not mentioned, you've not spoke to me about the game on Saturday.
We're doing that on Thursday, Acacia. We're doing that on Thursday.
All right. I was just going to say that because obviously Morgan Whitaker, for them, he's been unbelievable this season. So I'll just say that.
Right. Okay, we'll keep that for Thursday, yeah? You can mention that on Thursday if you come on. We can mention that on Thursday, okay? Right, so from myself, Bradley Young, from Jack Lincoln, from Paul Wilson, and from Acacia Cameron Duke, we will see you all on Thursday for Thursday Night Live. Take care.
Bye, lads.
Goodbye for now.
Bye, lads.